Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, May 31st. Over the last 24 hours, we continued to see showers and thunderstorms over the northern half of the Great Basin. This smattering of lightning produced anywhere from a few hundredths of an inch of precipitation to a quarter or even a third of an inch in parts of these darker areas of blue. We did have some new fire starts yesterday, a couple newer fires up in Idaho associated with the lightning, otherwise some prescribed fires across the Great Basin. Over the last 7 to 14 days, above normal precipitation continues again over the northern half of the Great Basin as areas of low pressure continue to track through the region. We did have some precipitation earlier in the 2-week period down in the far south areas of the Great Basin. However, recently we've seen much drier conditions over southern Nevada, southern Utah, and the Arizona Strip. Currently, our fuels are really not much of a concern. With all the moisture we've continued to see, we are in various stages of green up and curing across the Great Basin, but certainly the curing is delayed this year with the snowmelt and also with the weather pattern, so ERCs are well below what they would normally be for this time of year or near normal in the far south that's been on the drier side. But even those near normal values are still low for the time of year. The satellite loop from this morning shows an area of low pressure over the southern areas of California and Nevada, and this will continue tracking eastward and still generating plenty of moisture for another day of showers and thunderstorms in some of the same areas we've been seeing it. So for later today, again, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms over the northern half of the Great Basin. However, obviously with the moisture, generally low fire potential in all areas, some pockets of moderate in the far south that borders the southwest, but really for the most part, a very low fire potential for the Great Basin. Looking at the relative humidity, we will see those drier conditions in the south where relative humidity will drop in the low teens, otherwise generally 30% or higher. Wind gusts will generally be light to moderate across the Great Basin. We will see those gusty outflow winds near thunderstorms anywhere across Idaho, northern Nevada, into western Nevada as well. As we move into Thursday, this trough of low pressure moves a little bit further to the east, so we will see some very weak drying on the far western side of the Great Basin. This will push showers and thunderstorms a little bit further east tomorrow, still low fire potential. Relative humidity, as this moisture gets pushed east, we will even see some modest rises in southern areas of the Great Basin, but still relative humidity dropping into the teens. Otherwise, winds will be generally light to moderate with gusty outflow winds near thunderstorms. As we move into Friday, we will see brief ridging of high pressure move into the west coast, so this will bring some drier air to the western half of Nevada, pushing any lightning activity from Idaho into Wyoming and down into the eastern half of the Great Basin by Friday. Relative humidity, we will see those drier conditions over western areas of the Great Basin, where relative humidity may drop into the teens or low 20s, otherwise higher humidity over the eastern side of the area. Wind gusts will pick up a little bit. We will see some northwest winds over parts of Idaho, Wyoming, and down into the eastern half of the Great Basin as that trough shifts a little bit further eastward, and obviously still gusty outflow winds near thunderstorms. 3-day amounts of precipitation are shown here. Obviously, almost all areas getting at least some light precipitation. Some of the exceptions are far southern Nevada, southern Utah, parts of the Arizona Strip, but really other areas at least getting some light showery precipitation. As we move into the weekend, still some drier air on the west side of the Great Basin with showers and thunderstorms to the east, but by Sunday and Monday we will see that moisture return again to western areas with an area of low pressure approaching yet again off the west coast. This will also bring some much needed moisture to parts of southern areas of the Great Basin later in the weekend as well. As we move into Monday, this moisture only increases and eventually continues and spreads east on Tuesday. So again, we are still in this showery pattern where we'll see almost daily thunderstorms bringing moisture to the Great Basin. The 7-day total precipitation, again, just heavier version of the 3-day. Again, the only exceptions of probably missing much of this precipitation will be southern Nevada. The 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us from June 7th through the 13th, still shows above normal precipitation for much of the west, including all of the Great Basin, and some cooler temperatures down south and warmer temperatures up north. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Monday for the latest updates.